Tjena. Ska spela lite Vampyr. Så vi börjar väl där jag slöt. Red blood is not as naturish as or tasty as human, but North Dock.
This poor creature can't be my maker. Could it be some subspecies of vampire? I must find a place to analyze the blood. It's locked, all right.
All right. Se vad som händer om jag sätter igång den här på high. Fan, där också.
Where are we headed?
We're on our way to the Pembroke Hospital. It's just across the canal. They'll have a bed for poor Mr. Hampton.
William was... What manner of creature was he?
Predator, prey, villain, and victim. Who can say? The important thing is that he's been stopped.
Duly noted. And the woman? What... Who is she?
What woman?
Oh, don't play me for a fool. You used me to locate that skull. You must know who she is.
And I thought you a gentleman. You shouldn't talk about a lady behind her back, but I will tell you she values her privacy. Were London as peaceful as she appears from the middle of the canal? If only that were the reality of the situation.
To be honest, I've always tried to avoid this part of town.
Pembroke Hospital is the last bastion between the rest of London and the epidemic. The flu has decimated the East End and the war still rages. Welcome to the front lines of a plague.
This is where you work, Dr. Swansea?
I am the administrator of Pembroke Hospital.
I thought you were here in service of your mysterious order, the Brotherhood of...
Of St. Paul's Stole, yes. But first and foremost, I'm a man of science. A physician, like yourself, Dr. Reed.
How do you know who I am?
No need for modesty. You are Dr. Jonathan Reed, a surgeon of some caliber and renown, if I'm not mistaken.
You are correct, sir.
I knew it! I had my suspicions. But when you took the blood sample from the corpse of poor William, I was certain. Dr. Reed. Marvelous.
Have we met?
I attended 3 of your seminars before the war. I have the utmost admiration for your research. And what a turn of fate. England's most esteemed blood specialist returns to London a vampire.
That word, again. From a so-called man of science.
I understand. Traditionally, the role of science is to refute myth, but when myth walks among us, the Brotherhood of St. Paul has dedicated its purpose to their study. There's so much for you to learn.
Of that, you are right.
Well, then let me be blunt. Join my staff at Pembroke Hospital. As a physician. I suspect you'll not find a better post of employment to contemplate your predicament.
This is sudden. I was returning home to see my sickly mother. But alas, that was before contracting this... affliction.
Dr. Reed, take a moment to consider. The post would be for the night shift, providing a good explanation for your absence during daylight hours. You'll be adequately reimbursed and have a place to hide. I even had the forethought to bring some clean clothes. So, what do you say?
It seems I have little choice, but yours is a generous offer, so I thank you.
Brilliant! Oh, Jonathan, this is one for the book, and the beginning of a beautiful friendship.
Ja. Pembroke Hospital.
Dr. Swansea, thank goodness. I was beginning to be concerned.
Worry no more, Nurse Crane, for I bring good news.
Oh, Doctor, what a night. We lost 2 more patients. Nurse Scow said she couldn't take it anymore and resigned.
Yes, well, I'll make a new rota in the morning. In the meantime, find a good bed for Mr. Hampton. Be sure to pay attention to his needs.
Of course, Doctor.
Oh, and Dorothy,
Yes, Doctor?
Dr. Reed here has just returned from the front. He served King and Country and will be joining us here at Pembroke. We're very lucky to have gained a surgeon of his talent, and one so experienced in blood transfusions.
That is good news indeed, Doctor.
Oh, yes. Here at Pembroke, it's not what we have, but what we haven't. It's only thanks to Nurse Crane and the staff that our ship doesn't sink. If you have any questions, just ask her.
Duly noted. Thank you.
Your assistance is required, Dr. Swansea, immediately.
Welcome aboard, Jonathan. We'll catch up after my rounds. Coming, Nurse Crane. I'm coming.
Du så kommer jag nog ihåg lite i vad man ska göra. Så jag ska testa och se vad som händer om man ändrar. Kör båda på ultra får vi se vad som händer.
You can do better than that. Nah, it's my turn.
Rotten or pristine, each heart contains the source of life. Drink at this river, try it all.
Oh, come on, you bastard. I won't bite.
Sir, please. You've lost too much blood. Calm yourself.
You think I didn't notice? Stop your staring and get me to an hospital, you arse.
I've a mind to let you bleed out. Good luck then, sir.
All right, sorry. I am in pain here. My guts are spilling out onto the street and you're yabbering on.
Yes. That's a very nasty wound you've got there. Take my word, I am a doctor. Dr. Jonathan Reed.
Name's Clay Cox. I'd appreciate you helping me to a better place, Doc.
Follow me, Mr. Cox. Let me assist you to that better place.
Blood quality indicates how much experience you will obtain from the particular citizen. The higher the blood quality, the more experience you get. Press A to quant 1, yeah. To drink the blood of your prey, you first need to steer them to lead them out of sight from others. Your mercy level must be equal or higher than the citizen resistant.
Bring this fading light into the shadows. Dance with him the dance of life and death.
you bastard! Didn't have the guts to fight me. Fuck you. I'll kill you. I'll kill you.
Okej.
To taste a life, to embrace its most intimate secrets. Such a burden, such a divine sin.
Dr. Swansea asked me to collect you, Dr. Reed. Doctor, where have you been? I've little time to play hide and seek with new staff members, no matter how illustrious they may be.
I apologize, nurse. I needed some time to myself. Strangest night of my life.
You delivered poor Mr. Hampton from a terrible fate. The means to that end should be of little concern, Doctor.
Thank you, nurse. What can I do for you?
Dr. Swansea insisted we provide you a quiet office. You'll find it on the second floor with your name on the door.
Thank you. Nurse Crane, isn't it?
Yes, Dorothy Crane. Welcome to Pembroke Hospital, Dr. Reed. Your office has been prepared.
I would like to ask a few questions first. And Mr. Hampton, the patient we brought in, how does he fare?
I gave him a sedative to help him sleep. Poor thing was in quite a state of shock.
What kind of man is Dr. Swansea?
Well, you accepted the job from him. I thought you would have known about your employer.
It's right to assume Dr. Swansea knows far more about me than I do about him.
You'll get to know him soon enough, and better than me. The administrator has better things to do than mix with us.
Apologies, I've only just met him the once. This is sudden. I've only just returned to England.
Dr. Swansea is a brilliant surgeon and the most compassionate physician.
Thank you, Nurse Crane.
Okej, hon har inte kommit hit ännu då. Vampyrkvinnan i mitt liv. Det kan ju vara att de springer runt här någonstans, så där är han creepy fellow.
Dr. Swansea is right. This place seems perfect to conduct my research.
Där är min
You are going to reveal all your secrets to me, even the darkest thoughts in your heart.
My blood and soul.
jag pratar med henne senare faktiskt. Jag ska upp och kolla på jag ska prata med han först.
Good evening, sir.
So it is true. The famous Dr. Reed has joined us. I can't think of any better news during these terrible times.
Do we know each other?
Actually, yes. We met once before at the Rockefeller University in New York.
Dr. Tippett, yes, I remember. I was assisting Professor Carell in his research about coronary bypasses. He had nothing but praise for you.
He was also very confident about your future. And look at you now. Eminent surgeon and blood transfusion specialist.
What is the Pembroke Hospital situation? And please, speak freely.
This hospital is not exactly the best of London. I'm sure you are used to working in a better environment.
It's not exactly the best situation in London either. I can't have expected this hospital to be prepared for what was to come.
Don't be misled by appearances, Dr. Reed. This hospital does not lack talented people. It just lacks hope.
What can you tell me about the staff in the hospital?
Some are really good, and others are not so good. But during this troubled period, there is no time for slander. I prefer to focus on the positive character traits.
Tell me more about cherished people, then.
Nurse Brannigan is a pearl. She is the most helpful and dedicated nurse I've ever worked with. A clever and cheerful woman.
You really...
You just discovered a hint. It reveals a secret about a citizen or someone related to them. Press press 2 square to open the citizens menu. 2 square. As a vampire, you need human blood to evolve. The blood quality bar indicates the experience you will earn if you feed on the citizens. Unlocked hints increase the amount of experience. The blood quality of the citizens is largely influenced by their health and the number of hints you gathered before embarrassing him or her.
Seem to admire her skills.
I'll go even further. If she was a man, she would be a damn fine practitioner.
Any opinion about the management?
I don't always agree with Dr. Swansea's reserve, but I must admit he does all he can to keep this facility running during this crisis.
Ah yes, the burden of command. I was fed up with this concept while serving as a medical officer.
Don't get me wrong. Swansea's a good administrator. I just wish he would get out of his office now and again.
Goodbye, Dr. Tippett.
Tippett. Dr. Tippett. Dr. Snuggles. Gå och snoka lite här så om det finns någonting jag kan plocka upp eller samla på mig. Jag kanske kan crafta någonting.
It's locked.
Dr. Tippex. Här kan vi också springa in och snoka lite. Patient Thomas Elwood, male, age 28, followed by Dr. Tippett. Status, conversation, date, permission, September 16. Date of release, September, just the person, Heavy burn. Det är han som är där nere kanske. Ja, precis, by a bomb during the war. Even with the use of strongest sedition. Ja, men det är han som är där nere, han som har typ sprängt huvudet. Inte precis sprängt huvudet, men han som har blivit brännskadad i ansiktet.
It's locked, all right.
Alright. Här är också låst.
I cannot enter.
Är det här mitt eller? Dr. Reed.
This must be the place. It's definitely away from prying eyes. Relegated to the shadows. A kingdom of my own. At least I won't be sleeping in a coffin.
On a workbench you can craft medical treatment, serums, weapon upgrades, improve your custom weapon. You first need to analyze the compounds you found to unlock and you receive it. Click on the analyze capture analyze. You have enough components to improve one of your weapons. Press RT. One of your weapons. One of my weapons. Vad har han där för någonting? 65. 72. Okej, det är också one-handed. Men det känner man ju på uppgraderaren där. Men där ser också rätt. Used hacksaw. Melee weapon. Den där tar mer stamina, men vi uppdaterar den, då kan den ta mindre stamina, jag vet inte. Nej, det gjorde den inte, men den blev kanske bättre. 85.
William Bishop's blood is much more unstable than human blood and shows extensive mutation. But this is not what happened to me. I must keep on searching.
Jag ska se vad som händer om jag går in och ändrar mitt vapen. Gå in och ändrar mitt vapentillstånd till den där yxan. Jag har den där då. Och sen här kan vi ta pistolen. Men vänta, hade vi inte den här? Det var inte den som gav typ... Vampyr heart. Ja, men den... Nej, det var något annat jag hade där jag kunde få...
Sun is about to rise. I can feel it. The flower's dying. It needs water.
Kunde jag öppna hela skåpet här eller? Nej. Ja, men då ska jag nog säkert sova lite då. Jag tror fan jag sätta på stamina vill jag sätta på. Så kan vi sätta på health också. För 580 kvar så kör vi en health till. Nu kostar den andra hälften 600. Jag har väl ingenting annat här. You thrown a spear made of blood which can pass through enemies in front of you. Den kostar 190 så jag borde ha råd. Nej, vänta, den kostar 1000. Ja, men då kör vi så här då. No, nej, confirm. You need always You need to press confirm. Every night the consequence of your actions may improve or decrease the district health status. You can also be discarded. Use the difference being among citizens. Okay. Men han dog för han tog livet av så jag kan förstå att han är borta. Det är lite synd faktiskt att jag åt upp han.
If I'm to stay here until my research is complete, I'd better learn to hide my true nature from the mortals. But what about my thirst for blood?
I'm not...
I have analyzed William's Bishop's blood, but the results is only particle. The blood samples are much more unstable than human blood and showed heavy mutation. But this is not what happened to me. I must keep on searching. I need to gather more evidence of what is going on. Time may be on my side, but not on London's. The epidemic is killing thousands of people. The whole city is on the verge of collapse. I am starting to believe all of these must be connected somehow, but I can't see any pattern or plausible explanations yet. For now, I must play the doctor and try to do my best to help those who may need me while I continue my research. Answer the door. Det var med en svår quest.
Come on, I don't have all night. Dr. Swansea asked me to collect you, Dr. Reed. Hurry up! Come on, I don't have all night.
It's locked.
I'm not one to make wait, Doctor.
Yes, Nurse Crane? How can I help you?
I'm so sorry. I know Dr. Swansea wanted you to rest, but we have somewhat of a crisis.
A crisis, you say?
Our supply of antiseptics is nearly depleted. I was hoping there was another box up here, but...
Börjar hans ögon bli röda nu igen, eller har han sovit dåligt? Eller har han tagit för mycket av det där haschet?
Sorry, there's nothing here.
Some of the patients won't last the night without them. Honestly, sir, I'm beside myself.
I may have a solution. In France, during the war, drugs shortage was a daily problem, and we had to use our wits to overcome the shortages.
However do you mean?
If combined correctly, certain household chemical products can be used in a pinch instead. Now, where's the hospital storeroom?
The storeroom? Fat chance. This is the Pembroke, and space is luxury we don't have. Everything used to be stored in the old morgue.
Perhaps I should look there first. Where is this morgue?
It's the large building behind the hospital. You'll need to go in the back door because it's been sealed off for sanitary reasons. Take this key. It opens a small back entrance at the end of a narrow street.
The abandoned morgue behind the hospital. A small door at the end of a narrow street. On my way then. Thank you, nurse.
Borde inte hon kunna gå dit själv och hämta de här jävla grejerna? Just det är full med vampyrer där inne. Då kommer hon aldrig tillbaka hit. Jag vet inte, jag har kommit bakom... Kan det vara in här eller?
Scowl voices in the garden. I should investigate. If they were to find somebody.
a photograph of a smiling and loving couple. With a few words written on the back. Milton and Pippa forever. Pippa forever. Pippa. Eller kan vi uttala Pippa? Papai. Vad är det här inne? Det är in till sjukhuset igen. Då kunde jag ha gått den där vägen. Det hade gått fortare. Men jag har säkert tjänat lite.
It's locked, all right.
Det kanske inte där jag ska in. Det kanske är... Gå in. Gå in här då. Där ska vi nu in. The old morgue. Vad om jag vill... Jag vet inte vad det där är för någonting. Eller en dörr. Om jag vill gå ut igen säkert. Där har någonting.
It's locked. Balls of Mars, fortifiers. As popular as they are ineffective. But they do contain iron tartrate, and that might prove itself useful. Behavior is similar to the infected William Bishop. Must be the same strain. This sickness moves faster than influenza. This
key will surely grant me access to the basement.
Men jag vill ju ha... Offhand weapon, jag vill ju ha... Vänta, det här vi gör så här istället. Ja, vi kör så där och sen kör vi så. Okej, det var ingenting med en här uppe. Ja, han är redan röd runt ögonen. Han behöver sova. Jag kan gå högre upp och se hur det ser ut här först. Men jag kan inte kunna göra så mycket här. Men jag kan plocka lite av det här. Vad är det där?
These scowls feed from corpses and the husks of animals. They're not after blood. Det känns som det här går rätt bra faktiskt. Okej, det är bara runt där då så.
Är det någonting jag kan plocka upp eller? Nej. A new citizen investigation is available. Press double square to open the location in the investigation menu. Citizen investigation is the place displayed here. Categorized in districts. You can start a new citizen quest by tracking it with X and access the map, the location the area is explored. Okay.
Mr. Connor's injuries don't match the report. I'd better look into this. It's locked, all right.
Kunde jag lära mig? Kunde. Passiv. Vad har vi? Jag kan inte se mina... Jag kan inte se vad jag kan lära mig för någonting. För jag tänkte som att jag skulle kunna lära mig lockpick eller någonting för...
It's locked, all right. Traces of a pinkish foam at the corner of the lips. Some sort of drug overdose, perhaps? Multiple abrasions and scarring on the arms and legs. Old and distinctive injuries of a sailor or a fisherman. The chest was originally opened to perform the operation. The sutures are clean, but the chest has been reopened. A puncture over the left lung, possibly a chest tube insertion. Not the cleanest work, but I think it was successful. Signs of internal bleeding. So, Dr. Tippett's anesthetics were incorrectly dosed, causing the patient's death. And then he tried to operate on him again. Tippett has made an egregious error. It's time we talked.
Okej. Jag vill ändå ha den här öppen.
It's locked. It's locked.
Ja, det är någonting som man kunde ta för att få lite life. Vad har vi inventory? Det här är inventory. A small dose of blood can be used to create blood serum for one person. Kan jag ta en sån? Nej. Vänta, har jag någonting annat här eller? Vad är det här för någonting? Är det någonting här typ så här som kan ge lite liv eller? Det ser inte ut som det. Men ska jag trycka någon knapp här eller någonting? Ah fuck. Men fuck! You are not strong enough. Remember that you need to upgrade your vampire skills to get better. Focus on your vampire skills. Vad fan är här nu då? Ja, de måste göra om allting igen då eller? Du kunde inte ha typ gjort en quick autosave typ. Men spring då.
It's locked.
Har han sett på den här eller?
Tippett has made an agree.
Ja, det var samma. Men fan, kan du sluta skjuta eller? Nu är det bara 4 skott kvar. Kan du öppna dörren istället? Vad är det för problem? Kan du inte öppna dörren eller? Så nu är dörren öppen. Ja, går vi väl in här igen då. Måste ha mer stamina. Det är typ det enda jag kommer uppdatera. Stamina. Den har ingen liv igen. Vad fan är det där för jävla idiothelvete? Spring. Sluta se ful ut. Vad fan är det som så skriker som en jävla gropian här? Jag tror jag kommer hit senare, för jag känner att det här kommer dö igen, så måste jag göra om allt jävla skiten igen, så jag kan lika bra. Vad är det här liv? Okej, det kanske var liv, så jag kanske borde klara ändå. Nej, vi testar då. Okej, vi ser vad som är mer så här nu då. Ja, jag får liv då. Jag dödade honom.
These scowls can be so ferocious.
Jag dödade
I'm
honom.
not sure I can defeat them without becoming stronger. To drink blood is so tempting.
Sodium hypochlorite. Dangerous to administer, but efficient in the proper dosage.
You have enough compounds to craft a medicine treatment for Scourge. Okay. Det var ingenting mer här uppe nu då, eller? Nej, det verkar vara tomt här då. Vad fan. Ja, vad i helvete! Jag förbannade jävla staminan alltså. Ja, jag vet att jag blivit defeated. Kan du springa förbi den där jävla idioten istället, eller? Ja, jag måste ju döda honom, för han är typ den enda som kan låsa upp den här förbannade dörren. Sådär då, kan du låsa upp dörren nu, eller? Vill jag inte kunna springa in här? Nej. Tack.
idiot!
Där är du ju.
Good evening, Dr. Tippett.
Dr. Reed, any good news to share?
Corcoran, I want you to tell me about Mr. Connor. How did he die? What happened?
He was my patient. He died because of my mistake. That's the blunt truth.
Who was this patient?
I don't know. Some sick man from the docks, maybe a fisherman. I had no time to talk with him. No one claimed a body.
What was the nature of the mistake?
It was a twofold error. My diagnosis was wrong, and the administered dosage was too strong.
Why not stop practicing?
Are you mad? I killed that man, I admit it, and it won't happen again. I have saved so many lives since then.
Okej.
Goodbye, Dr. Tippett.
It's safer here than anywhere else in the East End.
Jag vet inte om det... vem jag ska prata med, men det är väl säkert någon upp här eller någonting.
It's locked, all right.
Okej, här är mitt rum. Det här kan det inte vara. Då är det säkert ner på andra våningen då.
Finally, you've returned, Doctor. Did you find anything of value?
Yes, nurse.
You've worked your first miracle, Doctor. Now, this patient here needs immediate treatment.
Duty calls. When the storm has passed, I'll show you how to mix the remedy yourself with the same basic ingredients.
Many thanks, Doctor. When you've finished, you ought to report to Dr. Swansea in his office. He's been looking for you. Seemed pressing.
Diseases. Decrease the blood quality of the citizens. Use the correct medicine to heal them. Speak to patient in the room behind the door and check the medical status. Okay.
You always knew the words to calm the children.
Talk to Edgar Swansea. Jaha, så är den klar med den här? Okej, vänta, så bara loota lite här. Är det något mer jag kan loota, eller?
Don't waste your time with me.
Ja, det är väl han som inte kan prata, så det är ingen idé att prata med honom. Eller han kan prata, men han har så ont i halsen, så han kan inte prata. Remember, citizens' blood will provide you massive experience boost. Look for citizens and Mr. Choose and wisely, okay. De vill inte döda några citizens då. Jag förstår inte, om jag är en doktor på ett sjukhus så ska jag väl inte döda liksom... döda patienterna.
Please, Jonathan, come in. Fascinating, is it not? In the last decade, so many mysteries have been brought to light with our microscopes.
Den där dödskallen ser
Biology's penultimate frontier.
jävligt snygg ut.
The more we explore its boundaries, the less we're able to trace a clear line between life and death.
Jag tror han är lite...
You, my friend, have a foot in both countries. The view must be vertiginous.
It's at least as vertiginous as chatting about vampires with you, I would say.
This must be all so new to you.
Vad fick jag? 6000 experience, blood quality. Okej, ska jag döda honom nu på en gång eller?
This area of town, the hospital, a brand new life. How stimulating it must be.
I wish I could share your enthusiasm, Dr. Swansea. But my condition defies scientific categorization. Undead? Unalive? Immortality defies logic.
I cannot express my thrill at this serendipitous turn of events. The world's most eminent specialist.
Men varför blir han
in
inte
blood
vampyr
transfusions,
själv?
a
Man tycker det är så
vampire.
jävla intressant.
One might say a gift from heaven.
Du vill bara gå ut och bli sugen av en vampyr. You word bring comfort. It's no gift.
I'm a dead man. I was murdered. Now I'm a murderer. Tell me how this is a gift.
Forgive me. I've been an admirer of your work for a long time, and now you are so much more than a brilliant physician. And please, call me Edgar.
There is no need to apologize, Edgar. You offered me sanctuary when I had none.
Very well. I have a task for you, Jonathan. Something that will require all your newfound skills.
Please, go on.
The Pembroke only survives through the generosity of our benefactors. Unfortunately, our main donor has found herself in a bit of a bind. Now, if you could help her out...
A spokesman or politician is what you need. That's not my calling. And until I come to understand what has happened to me, I require discretion.
Discretion is in order, Jonathan. Lady Ashbury has recently received rather indelicate correspondence that, if revealed, would jeopardize her position.
And you would like me to eradicate this threat?
By the stole, of course not. I would just like you to pay her a visit. Her ladyship is certainly near the tents outside, tending the sick.
Jaha, det är hon som suger av den där andra patienten.
Accepted. I'll see what kind of trouble Lady Ashbury is in.
Men det har inte du någonting jag kan plocka här? Jag för mig du brukar ha lite godsaker här. Där har lite grejer. Vad är det för någonting? Dear Dr. Swansea, I'm as informed you the post calling Dr. Trusens and Dr. Stickmus open young mistake I made a past. Okay. Nej. Har inte du haft med... Vad är det för någonting då? Must be considered a possibility of vampire and necessary rationing. Okay. Ganska gå och spara först. Varför är blod här för? Varför är blod där inne för? Jag ska se om jag kan fixa någonting här. Increase stamina, vad kostar den? 600, ta en sån. Ta en till. Nej, du kan inte ta en till. Ta lite mer liv då. Eller vänta, vilken var det jag tänkt på här innan? Drain your stamina to fade into shadow. Use becoming useful for the most enemies move. Vad kostar den då? 500, ta en sån. Ingenting jag kan ta här nu då. Där har jag någonting. 600 stamina, kör en stamina till. Då har jag 5 experience kvar. Confirm. Och sen ska vi ner och prata med hon Lady Shirley. Jag kommer inte ihåg vad hon hette. Lady Gaga kanske? Nej, så heter hon verkligen inte. Nu kan jag prata lite med henne först här.
Good evening, miss. I'm Dr. Reed, the new surgeon at the Pembroke Hospital. And who are you?
Your name has no meaning to me, mortal. You're nothing but dust blown by the winds of eternity.
I beg your pardon?
What are you begging for, mortal? My clemency? Well, tonight maybe I'm inclined to mercy. You'll never forget the night you met Thelma Howcroft.
You keep calling me mortal. Why is that? And if I'm mortal, what are you?
Well, Dr. Reed, if you must know, I'm a vampire.
Have you heard of any blackmailing going on within these walls?
I have no time for mortal games. My secrets are beyond their comprehension, Dr. Reed.
Who are you really, Miss Howcroft? I mean, apart from being a vampire.
Is that not enough for you, puny mortal? What do you require? Proof of my powers?
I'm curious to know who you were before becoming a vampire.
No, it was such a long time ago, I don't remember. Centuries of unholy life can have strange effects on one's minds, you see?
And why do you believe you're a vampire?
I don't need to believe anything. It is what I am. It is what I feel within this hollow shell of flesh.
Please, describe to me how you feel. What is it like to be a vampire?
I can hear my body crumble from the inside as my flesh cracks and fades. I sense the last pulse of postulant blood within my drying veins. I need new blood.
I see. Have you ever heard of Cotard's syndrome, Miss Howcroft?
Never.
It's a mental illness discovered by a French neurologist named Jules Cotard. The affected patients are delusional. They believe that they are putrefying, that they are dead, a ghost or a ghoul, or in your case, a vampire.
Delusional, you say? Oh, sad and petty mortal.
Jag hinner ju aldrig... Nej. Okej, 1250 blood quality. Det finns det 2 hints att locka upp det så jag kan få en typ till 6000 experience eller någonting.
Can't even begin to understand the concept of immortality. And you think it is I who am delusional?
I'm assuming you must be a patient here. Am I right, Miss Howcroft?
It's only a cover. To hide from my enemies. I can leave whenever I want. As a woman, a spirit, fog, or bat.
Who are these enemies you mentioned? Can you describe them?
I cannot say for sure. But I sense their eyes on me from nearby. I feel them watching me every time I visit the garden near the morgue.
The staff here are not your enemy. They're here to help you, to care for you.
I'm not speaking of the doctors in white. I'm speaking of the men and women who hunt me. For I am a vampire.
I see. Don't worry. These people will not find you here. I'll personally make sure they leave you alone.
Thank you, mortal. But do not interfere with them, for you are no match for those that hunt me.
And why do you believe...
I don't need to...
Have you...
Okay.
I'll leave you, Mistress of the Dark, to your nocturnal activities.
Där var han väl?
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. I'm new here.
I've already heard about you, Dr. Reed. I'm Milton Hooks, the ambulance driver for this shithole of a hospital.
That's quite a blunt introduction, Mr. Hooks.
You can call me Milton. I like to speak my mind, Dr. Reed. Perk of the job. Don't judge me, and I won't judge you.
I'm not sure I understand what you're talking about.
Well, I'm no doctor, but I'm pretty sure a gun can't be used as a surgical instrument.
You have a keen eye. I learned to shoot during the war, and have carried one ever since. Old habits die hard.
No need to explain, Dr. Reed. And if you ever need a better gun, remember, I may have something for you.
I have some good news, Milton.
What? The epidemic's over?
I retrieved your wallet, with all the money, and a certain picture.
Well, yeah, Pippa Hawkins is my girl. So what? Is it the difference of skin colour that bothers you?
Not at all, Milton.
Good. Please, take this money anyway. To remind you to keep your mouth shut. Not everybody is as broad-minded as you, Dr. Reed.
Have you heard of any underhand dealings going on in this hospital?
There are a lot of secrets round here. I'm not surprised someone tried to make money from them.
What kind of secrets?
I'm not in the gossip business, Dr. Reed. If you want to know more, you better talk to Harriet Jones. She's the oldest patient here.
What's going on between you and Nurse Hawkins?
Pippa's tired. Tired of all this shit. Tired of all those corpses piling up. She's as depressed as I am.
During the war, I witnessed a few couples just like you come together in difficult circumstances. It can be very damaging.
Maybe you're right. But we support each other. And that's all that matters.
You do realize you could both get fired. Hospital staff are not meant to have intimate relationships with one another.
Come on, Dr. Reed. Do you know how many rules are broken in this hospital every day just to keep it running? There's nothing wrong with what we're doing.
Are you really smuggling weapons through the hospital?
And why not? I've already been attacked by patients, you know. And by gang members willing to steal my money.
But you're not defending yourself. You're selling guns to civilians.
You keep people alive your own way, Doctor. I offer them another way to protect their health.
Ja, jag skiter i det så länge. Så går jag och pratar med henne här istället.
The flu took my dear wife, Emily. I take comfort knowing we'll soon be together again.
Mr. Rainfield, that's no way to talk. You're in good hands here, and we'll be up again soon enough. Now do me a kindness and get some sleep. I'll be back round later.
Your words are kind, the blessings of an angel. You're the sweet, sweet lady of mercy.
Good evening, Dr. Reed. It's a pleasure to see you again. You seem surprised. Dr. Swansea has brought me up to speed concerning your recent appointment to Pembroke Hospital.
You're a the lady who saved me that night, before vanishing into thin air. I remember you from the pub with Dr. Swansea.
Indeed. Allow me to introduce myself formally this time. My name is Lady Ashbury. I remember you well.
Lady?
In spite of the brevity
Ja,
of
det
our
kan man
encounter.
säkert heta.
Apologies. You've taken me by surprise. I'm very happy to see you.
The pleasure is mine, Doctor.
I hope you're more disposed to answer my questions now.
You must have countless questions, but our rather urgent matter first. Swansea has explained. My cover, if you prefer, has been compromised.
Have any of the patients given you trouble?
These poor souls have so little left to live for. I do my best to ease their pain.
The world would be a better place if it were cared for by women like you.
You make me blush. I am simply a necessary evil.
Pardon my boldness, your ladyship, but I have questions concerning this condition we share.
As a newborn, your hunger for answers is rivaled only by your thirst for blood. But the questions need wait.
I'm a scientist. My trade is in the deciphering of mysteries, and I need information to feed my mind.
I will gladly answer every question you have, but first, prove yourself capable of resolving my predicament without eating the culprit.
Dr. Swansea has commissioned me to be your agent in this matter. You could start by explaining what's amiss.
These past insufferable weeks, I've been the victim of extortion. I've made a first payment, but the blackmailer grows greedy. I must refuse his most recent demands.
Please continue. Every detail is essential. I'm your man.
My embarrassment in this matter is eclipsed only by my shame at having put the hospital at risk. The threat from our anonymous scoundrel is clear. A list of dates. My visits coinciding with the dates of suspicious patient deaths due to massive blood loss.
I'll take care of it. Do you know where I should start?
If that was the case, I'd settle the matter myself. You could talk to our local gossip, Harriet Jones. Not a pin drops here without her hearing about it.
I'll meet that woman now.
My life, as others know, is in your hands, Dr. Reed. I'm sure of your discretion, but I do fear your powers of persuasion will be put to the test. When this is resolved, I'll be your obligé. I'll answer all questions in regards of your condition.
Fan vad trevligt. Jag ska se på kartan var det ska någonstans. Okej, jag ska nog in här och prata med någon. Tror jag. Vet om det är in här, ja.
Simpletons, these nurses. Bred with no respect. What is this? Who are you? Get out of my room.
There's no need for alarm, madam.
Just det, hon är också vampyr. Eller hon är ju typ hon har ju vampyrblodet i sig. Man kan ju nästan se det i hennes ögon att hon är vampyr eller någonting.
Dr. Swansea is quite busy, and I need you to help me get acclimated. I have many questions.
How brave. Threatening an old defenseless woman. You know how long I've been a patient here? You've picked the wrong fight. I'm Harriet Jones.
Harriet Jones? Indeed. I've been meaning to have a chat with you. You know what goes on here better than any other patient, I gather.
Oh, better than any patient, nurse or doctor. I've seen so many vile undertakings.
I heard there have been some despicable goings-on. Was there a case of blackmail?
Blackmail? Wait. You're investigating something. This isn't a social call. One of those incompetent cunts slit a poor sod's vein.
Jag ska bara kolla en grej här. Vi ska se vad som händer med ändra på den där här.
If I didn't know better, Miss Jones, I'd be inclined to say you enjoy this type of idle gossip.
God's honest truth, Doctor. It's just the way it is here. Most of these bitches would let you freeze to death before getting you a blanket.
You seem to know more about the goings-on here than anyone else. Beware, Miss Jones, in case suspicion should fall on you.
That's it. Blame the old and infirm. I see those little bitches' greedy little eyes. Just waiting for me to pop off they are.
I assure you, madam, this is not an investigation into a possible medical error.
Debauchery, then? Nurses Crane, Hawkins, Brannigans, whores, all of them. They can't keep their legs shut. I've seen them scratching slutty sores.
Really? Well, if you have irrefutable proof, I'll not have the staff behaving in such a manner here.
This is your business, Doctor, not mine. But I swear one of the nurses is cavorting with some man on hospital hours.
Thank you for your time, Miss Jones. You've given me something to go on. See you on the next round.
Bara se om det är någonting jag kan plocka i rummet här. Jag kan prata med han också.
Staff might know something. Good evening, Mr. Hampton. How do you feel?
Dr. Reed, is it? Oh, sir, I must apologize for my behavior.
What do you mean?
I was not myself in the factory. Fear and exhaustion made me say awful things to you, I'm afraid.
You remained perfectly nice and polite. A little delirious, perhaps. But who wouldn't be after enduring an abduction?
Thank you, Doctor. That's a relief. Now all I need to do is rest and return to my flock.
What do you do for a living, Mr. Hampton? I can't help but notice the cross around your neck.
I manage a night asylum for the poor and homeless of the docks. And I try to guide the lost and hesitant on the right path to our Lord.
Why didn't you use your cross against William Bishop? To repel him somehow?
That's a very strange question, Doctor. A cross is no magical token, if that's what you were trying to say. Not mine, anyway.
Are you a priest, Mr. Hampton? A deacon, maybe?
Not at all, Doctor. I'm just a man of faith willing to preach the good word.
Have you made friends since you arrived?
Not really, but I recognize Miss Harriet Jones. I knew her when she lived by the docks.
Okej, det är därför han sitter här, så han ska kunna suga henne
You
sen.
never came to see her here at Pembroke? Receiving visits when sick can be an important part of the
Eller nej, vänta, han suger inte henne.
We're not
Han
just bodies.
You're preaching to the
förflyttar
converted
henne
now,
till den
Doctor.
här
To be truly honest, I thought
asylum-grejen.
she was dead. She left the docks many months ago.
How do you feel, Mr. Hampton? Medically speaking, I mean.
I feel exhausted. Beyond exhaustion, actually. William drank so much of my blood in his madness. I feel empty.
You're in good hands here. Dr. Swansea is well versed in blood transfusion, and I'm sure he'll take the best care of you.
Thank you, sir. I believe all I need is rest. And then I can go back to the people who need me.
What is the general situation in the East End docks?
The situation has always been tough, with a lot of tensions between the gangs and the Dockers' trade union. The Wet Boot Boys are very nervous since they lost their leader.
Has the gang been threatening you?
Ah, no. I've had this nickname for so long, you know, the sad saint of the East End. No one dares to bug a saint, not even criminals.
Who leads the gang now?
Since Clay Cox went missing, it's his wife Edwina who runs the
Clay
show,
Cox.
with the assistance of her minion, Dooth Digby.
How did you end up in William Bishop's den?
I had received alarming news about his recent behavior. I went to his place and he refused to let me go.
Why did he abduct you?
William was an alcoholic. His addiction suddenly changed to blood. I don't know why. Just like a patient I met here. This Miss Hawcroft.
You dared to enter this awful place alone. You're a hero, Mr. Hampton. Or a fool.
I'm just a man trying to help his friends, Dr. Reed. William Bishop was a conflicted soul, searching for light.
Do you know Tom Watts, the bartender from the Turtle? I met him before I found you in the canning factory.
Tom? Yes, of course. Always the helping hand, good old Tom. Without men like him, corruption and despair would have wiped out the East End long ago.
Who should I avoid in this part of town, then? Any particularly evil figures?
Not really. Most men and women are just doing their best. And it's not my habit to speak ill of people I know, Doctor.
People are still in despair.
How could it be otherwise? The authorities have left us all to rot in this contagious nightmare. No drugs, no advice, nothing. It's a damn shame.
Goodbye, Mr. Hampton. We'll talk again later. Good evening, sir. Can I help you?
Unless you're here to fix my face. No. I don't think you can help me.
I'm Dr. Reed. I've recently taken the position of head surgeon here. War injuries, am I right?
You guessed right, Doctor. German shell took my pretty little mug right off. But they still call me Thomas Elwood.
How close are you to Miss Horcroft? Are you aware that she thinks she is a vampire?
To wait for her next nibble is the best reason to stay here. Every time she approaches my bed, she treats me like something tasty. A normal person.
Aren't you afraid? She may hurt you if the game goes too far.
She's quite harmless, I can assure you. Her head's broken inside is all. While I'm busted on the outside. But she's still beautiful. Living proof that there's hope for me.
So do you let her bite you? You know that's not sanitary.
And why not? She's only supping a few drops of me blood. And the pain, it's real for once.
She could decide to bite less willing patients.
Then it's another good reason for me to stay here, Doctor.
You do realize she's mentally disturbed. It's called the Cotard syndrome. She truly believes she's a vampire.
In her madness, she never refers to my scars. And frankly, if I could, I'd join her world. It seems much more fun than the real one.
Where were you stationed, sir? Did you serve for long?
I really don't want to talk about all this shit.
No offense. I was pushing too much. I served in France myself. I just wanted to know what happened to you.
You were an officer, weren't you? Then I doubt we fought the same war, sir. No offense.
Why do you feel responsible for the injury, Thomas? What really happened?
I wasn't disfigured by any German shells. It happened during my leave. It was an accident.
Tell me what really happened then.
I went with a whore in Rouen. Dead drunk I was. The hotel was a shithole. There was a fire that night.
Did you start the fire? Were you trying to avoid going back to the front? That's not uncommon, you know.
No. It's just that I was asleep when the flames reached the room. The girl was long gone. Bitch never woke me up. Left me to burn.
Why lie about it?
Come on. It's one thing to come back disfigured by the Germans. And it's another to get injured in an accident that could have happened to anybody.
You know you can't hide forever. One day you'll have to face your loved ones. Until that day, you have no chance of real recovery.
My friends all died in the trenches. It's shameful enough to be alive with these stupid scars. I don't want my children to see me like this.
How is your stay with us, Mr. Elwood?
Oh, it's bliss. I just escaped death in the trenches to be surrounded again by the moans of the dying.
Can I ask you precisely why you're a patient here?
It's the pain, sir. The drugs don't work. It just hurts under the scars, if you get my drift.
Can I do anything for your pain?
Nurses gave me a bunch of pills. No effect. Told you. It's like the flames are under my skin, burning away.
Who is treating you? Is someone in particular looking after your case?
Nobody since the old and tired doctor spoke to me. Started to think I was forgotten about. Wouldn't blame you.
You don't seem worried by that.
My face hurts so much more when I smile or cry. I've learned it's easier not to speak. But be assured I'm smiling inside.
Have you heard rumors of underhand dealings in the hospital?
If you want to know what's going on here, you better talk to Miss Jones. She knows everything. Especially what she shouldn't.
You told me before you don't want your children to see you like this. Do you have any other family?
My sister Agatha has raised my nippers since their mother died. Don't want them to look at me like this.
Time has lost its effect on me, but the suffering continues.
How could children despise their father injured in the war?
What do you think? They saw me. Once. Like poor angels left the room crying. They keep on having nightmares every week, my sister told me.
Your sister's not a child. I'm sure she has nothing but respect for a wounded soldier, and you are her brother.
You don't know my sister Agatha. She may be young, but she's all discipline and morality. If she ever found out what really happened...
She doesn't have to know.
She's a sly one, my sister. One day she'll find out the truth and knock 7 bells out of me. Nah. I'm better off here.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Elwood. Good evening, Miss Howcroft. How are you tonight?
I need blood, Doctor. Warm, rich, vibrant blood.
Tell me, Thelma, why do you feel so attached to Mr. Elwood? Why him?
I'm not sure, Doctor. I think we have a bond of some sort. We've both suffered so much. He's the only mortal I find interesting.
Would you say you and Mr. Elwood are romantically involved?
No. No, Thomas is a delicate soul. Even though he disguises it. But I am not the woman he needs. No, for I am a vampire, Doctor.
Do you plan to make him a vampire too?
Of course not. How could I inflict my curse on anybody else? I'm not that cruel, Doctor.
I'll leave you, Mistress of the Dark, to your nocturnal activities.
Time has lost its effect on me, but the suffering continues.
Patients are not fools. They know we are overwhelmed by this horrifying
Ja, vi kan gå ner. Det inte komma någon här.
We're safe. No one is here. Relax. Don't worry, we're safe. Don't worry, we're safe.
Men inte kunna lyssna på de här på något sätt. Jag kommer inte hur man gjorde.
Don't worry, we're safe.
Vänta.
No one is here. Relax. Don't worry, we're safe.
I don't know.
You're sure you don't come back with me?
Nah, I have to see someone at the hospital.
Be careful. You look so bad they may keep you as a patient.
Fuck 'em. I don't like hospitals or doctors.
Well then, when you go
Ah,
back
det är
to
hon
Whitechapel,
ju.
you may find this useful.
Det är hon som är the blackmailer.
A pass for a free medical exam by the best nurse available. Just read it.
I don't read well, but thank you, I guess.
Hon försvann fort. Hon hade väl bråttom iväg med båten så hon kunde stycka lite i någon patients kropp.
He's locked the door behind him. I need to find another way to follow him. This man has been savagely attacked and dragged to the floor.
free!
65. Jag skulle kunna sälja en ganska många olika. Ja, det blir nog skitbra. Så ser vart ska jag någonstans? The door is unlocked. Citizen to save. Careful to endurance. Citizen may not survive the next night. Go check on him.
Are you injured, sir?
Help me get out of here. I need to get out.
I'm Dr. Reed, and I'd be glad to help you, but you must calm down first. Please, take a deep breath and tell me your name.
Okay. I'm Oswald Thatcher. Please, I need to get out.
All right, Mr. Thatcher, you're safe now. Do you think you can reach the street by yourself?
Yes, I do.
Good. Now leave this place and enjoy the cool night air. It's quite invigorating. I'm sure you'll feel better if you do.
You reduced a citizen. He will return to his district the following night. Okay. Vänta. You rescue a citizen. St. Paulis. Okay.
What sort of creature is this?
Oh my god, 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 oh my god.
Here's what's left of him. Not.
If you're sick, if you have no money, whatever the form is, it will help. And no tricks to in okay.
Some voucher for a free checkup in Whitechapel. What is Nurse Crane up to? I really must find her.
Det där ena... Jag kan inte gå upp där då. Be careful when you sell high teams, or some ingredients are hard to gather and may be veiled for unlocking and crafting. Okay. Var är jag någonstans? Jag vill tillbaka till...
Last warning, sir!
Kan jag hoppa ner här eller? Nej. Jag vill tillbaka till... Jag tänkte säga hotellet, men jag menar... sjukhuset. Oh. Mm. 1500. Vi sätter lite på... Vi kan sätta lite på de här. Increase blood. Ja, vi kan sätta lite på den faktiskt. Ha 2 stycken på den. Det är 900 kvar. Då kan jag säkert ta lite på den där increase blood absorption by using bite. 600 kvar. Tar vi en där också då. Så jag tror att jag kommer avsluta livestreamen här. Eller avsluta filmen här så. För att se när jag spelar nästa gång. Men det känns som att det går mycket bättre nu faktiskt än vad det gjorde i första gången jag spelade här. Okej. Men vi syns